So welcome everyone to Energy Medicine Yoga. My name is Tina. Today we are going to work on a 5 elements thing, which is because we have some new people in class today. It's different than the normal yoga you would do. So I always say this to people who are brand new in Energy Medicine Yoga. When your brain starts to go, what is she doing? This is weird. Try and whisk it away. Our brain is always here to try and protect us. When we do something new, our brain tends to go to fear, flight, let's not do this, that kind of thing. So today, try and just embrace change. Embrace something new we're going to be doing. So you can have a blanket to sit on if you'd like. You can have blocks if you need them. I'm not using anything today, just in case when you guys do it at home, you don't have the blocks or you don't have these things. We're going to start in a really comfortable, easy seat. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. Bring your hands on your knees. Maybe you want to have the palms up. You decide. And when we do the 5 elements, we do 5 different breaths. So our meditation this morning is going to be 5 different breaths. That's what we're going to be doing. So does anyone here have a difficult time meditating? Oh, well, that's good that everyone does. So this is something that's sometimes good when people struggle because you're focused so much on the breath. So we're going to close our eyes, take a deep inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, we're going to make the sound like W-H-O-O-O, like we're blowing out a candle. So we'll do that 5 times. Inhale, nose. Exhale. 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 For the next sound, we're going to exhale, make the sound shh, like S-H-H-H. So inhale, nose. Exhale, shh. Inhale, nose. Exhale, shh. Inhale, nose. Exhale, shh. Inhale. Exhale, shh. One more. Inhale and exhale. Then the next exhale, we'll make the sound like H-A-A-A. So we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. 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 One more. Inhale. The next breath will be that Ujjayi breath. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, nose, slight constriction at the back of the throat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale one more time. This time the sound we're making is like a snake, S-S-S-S-S. So inhale, nose. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the eyes closed, take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. 2 more of those. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. And 1 final. Inhale, nose. And exhale, mouth. Keeping the eyes closed. Just notice how you feel right now. And we're slowly going to open our eyes and make your way to standing. You want the feet about hip width apart. What we're doing here is the energy medicine wake up. So you want to bring your fingers into a beak. You can also bring them into a fist if you like. I prefer having them in a little beak. We're going to come first to kidney 27. We'll come to the collarbone, come out an inch and down, and that's where we're going to thump. As we're doing this, we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Like that. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. So what we're doing here with kidneys 27, inhale, nose, exhale, mouth, is we are just turning our energy on, getting it moving forward. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. Now move to your thymus here along the sternum, continuing that. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth here. We're helping to support our immune system here. Anytime you feel yourself getting sick, thump along this area. And you can do it with both hands. You can go up and down the sternum, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. Now taking the hands to the side of our body, pretty much kind of where your nipples come over, where a bra strap would be. We're thumping along here, continuing that breath. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. So I'm looking to not see closed mouths, and I know you're not. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. It's kind of counterintuitive to yoga. A lot of the times we tell you to inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, but for this one, we're releasing energy that's not serving us. What we're working here is along the spleen meridian. This helps us with digestion of food, thoughts, emotions, experiences. Holding along here, and then slowly come on up. And here's where I like to lightly just tap under my orbital, the eye bone here, along the stomach meridian. This helps to ground us. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. I'm not always doing it because I'm talking, but trying to remind you guys, inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. And you can keep your eyes closed if you feel comfortable with your balance here. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. Now we're going to shake our hands out. Maybe you want to clap your hands together. Maybe you want to shake them out. Whatever feels best for you. Next thing's called cross crawl. What we want is we want energy to be moving like this in our body. So we're going to take one hand to our right thigh, the left hand to the left thigh, couple times back and forth, just getting that energy moving. We want it, shake our hands out. Now we want that energy moving across. So we're going to take the right hand to the left thigh, left hand to the right, going back and forth. I say this all the time. If in the middle of the afternoon you get tired and you feel like, oh, I need some sugar, I need some coffee, I need some something, do this instead. Don't you already feel yourself waking up here? Doesn't take very long. It's not too taxing. You could do it sitting down if you want, if you were in a chair, and let's shake our hands off. The next thing's called the zip up. We're going to bring one hand in front of our pubic bone, the other hand on top, roll the shoulders back. Engage that core, pull that belly in towards the spine, and you want to set an intention for class today. So close your eyes and just think of whatever your intention is today. Could be to be kind to yourself, to stay calm, whatever feels good. You can keep the eyes closed or you can open them up. We're going to draw the hands up the front of the body. They can be touching or not. Draw them up the front of the body. When they get to the face, flip the palms up Exhale, mouth, and lift those hands, slowly come down. We'll do that 2 more times. So one hand in front of the pubic bone, the other on top. Set your intention. Inhale and exhale. And one final time. Hand in front. Inhale and exhale. Shake the hands off. Bring one middle finger into your belly button. Doesn't matter which side. The other middle finger to your third eye. Press in and hook up. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Really fill those lungs with oxygen. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands to your thighs. Close your eyes. And just notice how you feel. You might feel a little tingly in your fingertips. You might not notice anything right now. But hopefully your body feels a little more awake. Let's slowly walk to the top of our mats. And so energy medicine yoga is like normal yoga, except a lot of times we're tracing up meridians, we're moving our hands more like this, we finger flick. There's just some different things we do in this. So we're going to start with inhaling, circle sweep the arms high overhead, interlace your fingers, flip the palms up and lean over to the left side, pressing the right hip to the right side of the body. Inhale, center, exhale, switch sides. Inhale, center, exhale, swan dive down and hang in a forward fold. Drop the chin towards the chest and just hang here. Maybe grab your opposite elbow with your opposite hand and hang in a ragdoll. Release your hands, and as we come up, we're going to trace up spleen. So to do that, we take our pointer and middle finger and bring them to the inside edge of our big toe. Trace along the inside of the foot, behind the ankle bone, up the inner leg, inner thigh, out past to the hip bone, up the side body, just past the armpit, come back down, and buzz along here. Let's inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead. Now when we come down this time, we're going to do something called a Celtic weave. So we're going to be making like a figure 8 or a sideways 8 infinity sign coming all the way down, hanging here. And then we're going to trace up spleen one more time. Pointer, middle finger to the inside of the foot, behind the ankle bone, all the way up the inner leg, front of the thigh, up to the hip bone, up the side body, and down. And buzz along this area. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, swan dive down with that Celtic weave, holding here in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins, chin away from your chest. Exhale, plant the hands and walk or jump the feet back. We're going to hold here in a plank. So when we hold here in a plank, we want to make sure that the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders are stacked on top of one another, that our butt is not up in the air like this, that we have a flat back. So you could imagine if you had a cup of coffee or tea on top of your back. Engage the core, pull that belly in towards the spine. We'll hold this just a little bit longer. I'm just getting us to get to tabletop, so we're just going to work a little bit more to get into tabletop. Let's exhale, come down to tabletop. Again, look down. The knees should be about hip width apart. Shoulders, elbows, and wrists are stacked. Inhale to cow, belly away, down to the ground, chin away from your chest. Exhale, cat, arch the back, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale to a neutral spine. Take the right hand and bring it high up to the sky, looking up towards those fingertips. And we're going to rotate that right wrist in circles, a couple times in one direction, and then switch directions. Now point your fingers towards the ceiling. We're going to flick the fingers off the thumb. So flick the pointer finger off the thumb, flick the middle finger off the thumb, flick the pinky finger off the thumb, the ring finger off the thumb, flick the pinky finger off the thumb, flick all 4 fingers 3 times, and then when we come down, we're going to do that Celtic weave, that infinity sign or sideways 8, with that right hand planting it down to the ground. Switching sides, inhale the left arm high to the sky, look up towards the sky, fingers pointed towards the ceiling, and we're going to rotate that arm a couple times in one direction. The hand, the wrist, a couple times in one direction, and then a couple times in the other direction. Point the fingers towards the ceiling, flicking the finger. Flick the pointer finger off the thumb, middle finger off the thumb, ring finger off the thumb, pinky finger off the thumb, all 4 fingers 3 times, and then let's Celtic weave. Bring that arm all the way down. Coming to tabletop, curl the toes under and shift the hips high to the sky for downward dog. We're going to walk this dog, so bend one knee and bring the opposite heel down to the ground. And then try bringing both heels down to the ground. Really press the chest towards the thighs, press the heels down into the mat. Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, slight constriction at the back of the throat. And then let's inhale that left leg high to sky. Rotate the ankle a couple times in one direction, and then a couple times in the other direction. Point and flex that left foot a couple times, and then let's bend that left knee, bringing the left ankle towards the right glute muscle. Feeling a stretch in that left side body here. Inhale, left leg high to sky again for 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Come forward, bring that knee towards your nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, you can do knee to nose, or you can try bringing that left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, back to 3-legged dog. Exhale now, left knee to right elbow, but you can also just do knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that leg all the way through and drop the back knee. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up for crescent lunge with the knee on the ground here. So you've got that right knee down on the ground. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Press the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, crescent lunge, and exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. We're going to plant the right hand down on the mat. Inhale the left arm high to the sky, and let's do 3 backward circles. So we're going to bring that arm behind us, and as we bring it, we're going to graze it along the side of our body, and we're going to take our time doing these 3 backward circles. Getting some movement in our shoulders. And then point those fingers towards the sky. Flip the palm, so the palm of the hand is facing the ceiling like you have a pizza hand. And we're going to do some little shoulder circles here. A couple times in one direction, and then a couple times in the other direction. Point your fingers towards the ceiling, and let's Celtic weave that one arm down to the ground. Plant both hands down on the ground, and again, if you have blocks, you can be using blocks here. We're going to walk our hands back to Hanumanasana. Lift the left toes up and just pull. You could even imagine you have your left hand against your left hip bone and you're pulling it back so it's in line with the right one. And then let's walk the hands forward again. Curl the back toes, lift that knee off the ground. Inhale, come up to standing crescent lunge. Just holding here. A little harder to balance when we're off of our knees. So if this is too much, just drop your knee down to the ground. You don't have to have your knee off the ground here. Exhale, let's bring those hands down to the ground. Plant the hands and bring that left foot back. Hold in a plank. We're going to hold this plank for 1 minute. Again, shoulders, elbows, and wrists are stacked. Pull that belly in towards the core. And if at any point you need to drop your knees, go ahead and do that. Just holding here. Coming to your Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Slight constriction in the back of the throat. We've done 30 seconds. If you need to come down and take a little break, you can. Otherwise, we've got 20 seconds left. It's amazing how long a minute can feel, right? But we've only got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to downward dog. That's going to feel really good. Press those heels down to the ground. Press the chest towards the thighs. Spread those fingertips wide. Rest here. And this active stretch, really feeling a stretch in the back of the legs. And now we're going to do everything we did on that one side on this side. So let's inhale the right leg high to sky. And let's rotate that ankle a couple times in one direction. And then a couple times in the other direction. Point and flex your feet a couple times. And then bend that knee, bringing that right ankle towards the left glute muscle. Feeling a stretch in the right side of the body. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. So when we do that, we're hinging forward. We're stacking the shoulder, the wrist, and the elbow. Here's where you can do this. You can inhale back to three-legged dog. We can try doing right knee to right elbow, or you can go knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Just do whatever your body can do. And then right knee to left elbow. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and bring that leg forward, dropping the left knee down to the ground. Plant the left hand. Inhale the right arm high to the sky. 3 slow backward circles, grazing the side of the body here. And then point those fingers towards the sky. Create that pizza hand. Like we have holding a pizza, and we're going to do some little circles in one direction with the shoulder. And then switch sides. Go in the other direction. Point the fingers towards the ceiling, and let's do that Celtic weave, bringing that right hand down to the ground. Walk the hands back and lift the right toes up for Hanumanasana. Same thing here again. You can take that right hand and bring it to the right hip bone and just pull that hip bone back so it's in line with the left one. And then let's walk those hands forward. Plant the hands into the mat, curl the toes of the left foot, and lift that left knee off the ground. And we're going to inhale, coming up to crescent lunge, holding here. Good job on the balance. And then exhale, let's bring the hands down to the ground. Drop the back knee. Bring that right foot, so we're here in tabletop. Knees wide, toes to touch, and sit back in child's pose. Stretch the arms out in front of you and bring your forehead down to the ground. And slowly come back up. You can sit back on the heels. Now, I was talking about we've got 5 elements. So when we did the different breaths at the beginning of class, we're going to use those again. And we're going to go through the 5 elements, which are water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. I'll kind of describe them a little bit as we're doing this, and we'll do this exercise. So the first one we do, we want to come up on the balls of our feet and balance here. I like to have, you could have your hands wrapped around your legs, but that might feel unsteady. If not, you can have your hands down on the ground. You can put a blanket underneath your heels if that feels more comfortable. Just kind of, I want everyone to feel like they're in a good, steady place wherever you decide to be in. And if being in this position is uncomfortable, you just take a comfortable, easy seat. You don't have to be. You can do the same thing from here or from tabletop. So if this does not feel good to you, do it from a seated position or come into tabletop. So this is for the water element. When water is out of balance, we feel fear. So what we're basically doing with this is called blowing out the candle. We're bringing ourselves into darkness and facing our fear is the point of this move. So we take, what we do, I'll show once, we take an inhale, we breathe through the nose, we bring the chin away from the chest, we look up towards the ceiling, and then on the exhale, we make that WHO, that sound, as we bring the chin towards the chest, like we're blowing out a candle. So we do that 3 times. So pick whatever position you feel most comfortable in doing this. Again, you can always wrap your hands around or have them down. We're going to start with the chin tucked into the chest. For this water element, inhale, bring the chin away from the chest. Inhale through the nose, exhale, blow out that candle. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, and 1 more. Inhale, and exhale. We're going to come on up and lean here in a forward fold. So just like we did at the beginning of class, we were doing ragdoll. This should be a position everyone can be comfortable just hanging here. So the next element we do is wood. The sound we make for that was the second breath we did at the beginning of class, that S-H-H-H. Shh. Now this is called expelling the venom, because when wood is a little out of balance, the emotion associated with it is anger. So what we're really trying to do is just expel that venom, get any anger out of our body. So we're going to pretend like we're pulling weeds from the mat. Now what these weeds represent is anything that brings you anger, frustration, something like that. We're going to gather them into our hands. We're going to inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead, and then on the exhale, we're going to open the palms, release with that. Continue that. Knees can be bent here, gathering, pulling those weeds. Gather them into the fists. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead, and exhale. Now the last one is any kind of sticky thing, anything that's maybe still bothering you. You feel like you haven't released yet. Gather that into your fists. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead, and exhale. We're going to hang here, and we're going to trace up spleen. We did this at the beginning of the class. Pointer middle finger, inside edge of the foot. Trace along the inside of the foot, behind the ankle bone, up the inner leg, out to the hip bone, up the side body, just past the armpit, come on down, and buzz along here. The next element is the fire element. I'm a fire. I'm very familiar with the fire element. When it is out of balance, anxiety. And if you think about it, everything in the head. So this is called bringing down the flame. So we're trying to take all that worry and just bring it down into our gut. We always hear, trust your gut, trust your intuition. And so that's what we're trying to do, is ground ourselves. So the sound we make for this is that H-A-A, that. And even when you make that sound, it does feel like a cooling down sound, doesn't it? Just a. So for this one, we're going to inhale, circle sweep our arms high overhead, and let our pads of our fingers touch. As we exhale, we're going to bring that thumb to the crown of our head with that. Inhale, circle sweep the arms again. Exhale, thumb to third eye. Inhale. Pads together. Exhale, thumb to heart. Inhale. Exhale, thumb to above the belly button. Inhale, flatten the hands so you create a little diamond around your belly button or navel. Inhale, exhale 3 times with that sound. Inhale, bring the hands to the side of your body. Trace them down the outside of your body. Inhaling. Exhale with that sound, trace up spleen. And we'll do this one more time. So the second time you do it, you're more familiar with it. So the next element's earth. Earth, when we're out of balance, it's when you're taking care of everyone and not taking care of yourself. So this one's called cradle the baby. So you're going to bring one hand to your spleen point. Doesn't matter which side you decide to do. The other hand's going to come right above your elbow. You're going to look down at your feet. They're going to be about hip width apart. And we're just going to rock from side to side. Now the breath we have for this is that Ujjayi breath. Inhale nose, exhale nose. Slight constriction in the back of the throat. And this is cradle the baby. So who do you think the baby is? You're the baby, we're the baby, just taking some time. You can close your eyes if it feels okay, and just rock from side to side. Feeling yourself, giving yourself a hug, giving yourself some love right now. And we're going to inhale, we're going to bring the arms overhead and draw from the universe the things we need 4 times on this inhale. On the exhale, we're going to come down to the ground. If you want, you can slide the palms of your hands under your feet, or you can have the hands planted, just whatever, depends on your flexibility. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs, bring the nose towards the knees, and exhale, bend the knees, bring the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend, and one more. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. Release the hands, straighten the legs, and we're going to trace up on the inhale, trace up spleen one more time. So the very last element is metal. Metal, we make that sound. Metal, when it's out of balance, it's kind of grief and sadness. So what we're doing here is we're just releasing. So if you're dealing with something and you make this sound and maybe a tear comes out, that's okay. That's kind of what we're doing, is we're releasing here. So we're going to have our feet about hip width apart. We're going to inhale. We're going to bring our arms out wide. Now when we exhale, we're going to imagine we're bringing our arms around a big like beach ball, but our fingertips are not going to touch. So we'll do this inhale here. Exhale, we'll make that sound. Don't let the fingertips touch. But imagine here in this beach ball is everything you love, everyone you love right here in this beach ball. You're holding them and you're protecting them. Inhale, bring those arms a little bit higher. Exhale, beach ball a little higher. Inhale, bring the arms high overhead. Exhale, and this time, just do that. The hand, one hand's going to go on top of the other. We're going to slide the hands. When they get above the elbows, slide them up to the shoulders. Squeeze the top of the shoulders. Continuing, bringing the hands over the heart. We'll inhale and exhale 3 times. Bring your hands on top of your thighs. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Close the eyes maybe. Slowly open them up. We're going to do that one more time. This time without explanation, we're just going to kind of do it together. So we're going to start down in the water element, starting in whatever pose feels best for you. 3 breaths here, the sound W-H-O-O-O, blowing out the candle. Inhale. Straighten the legs. We're going to trace up spleen. We're tracing up spleen a lot today. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Get ready for expelling the venom. So we're picking those weeds and we make that sound. So we're going to gather, pick those weeds, anything that's bothering us, anger us, gather them into our fists. Inhale, slight bend in the knees. And exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times. Pulling those weeds, expelling that venom, gathering them into the fists. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll do this 1 more time. Gathering them into the fists. Inhale. And exhale. Hanging here. And let's trace up spleen. Coming to that fire element, that sound. So let's inhale, bring the hands high overhead. Exhale, thumb to top of the crown of the head. Inhale, thumb to third eye. Inhale, thumb to heart. Inhale, thumb to above the belly button. Inhale, flatten the hands around the belly button. And exhale 3 times. Inhale, draw the hands down the outside of the legs. And exhale, tracing up spleen. Moving to that earth element, 1 hand over the spleen, the other above the elbow, feet about hip width apart, Ujjayi breath. Rocking yourself back and forth. Inhale, drawing from the heavens, whatever you need. Exhale, bend down, bend the knees. Bring the hands maybe under the feet. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale, straighten the legs. Release the hands from under the feet or the ground. And let's trace up spleen 1 more time. And then the very last element, that sound for metal. So we're going to inhale. Exhale that beach ball. Inhale. A little bit higher. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale. Up the arms, squeeze the shoulders. Bring the hands down to the heart here. Inhale, exhale 3 times. Bring the hands to your thighs, close your eyes, and just notice how you feel. Bring the hands to heart center, slight bend in the knees. We're going to do a move called Heaven Connects Earth. So as we inhale, we're going to stretch our arms so the left hand comes up towards the ceiling. Those pizza hands again, right hand comes down to the ground. Create as much distance as you possibly can with both of them. And inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, switching sides. Really create as much distance between those hands as possible. Inhale, center. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, center. One more time this side. Inhale here. Exhale, swan dive that hand down, and we're going to create those Celtic weaves, those infinity signs, sideways 8 at our feet. Slowly making our way up in front of our body, helping to move the energy. Maybe swaying a little bit, moving those hips. And then inhale, bring those arms out wide into a V like a funnel. Look up towards the ceiling. This move is called Heaven Rushes In. And then let's exhale, swan dive down. Hang your head. Grab the opposite elbow with the opposite hand and just hang here in a forward fold. Couple more breaths here. Release the hands, trace up spleen, pointer middle finger inside of the leg. This is the last tracing up the spleen meridian we'll do. And then let's inhale, circle sweep those arms high overhead. Grab the right wrist with the left hand and bring that right arm over to the left side. Create as much space in the right side of your body as you can here. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, slowly bring yourself down to the ground. So however it works, if you want, you can bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes. And we're going to meet in a balasana. So we're just going to meet here in this little squat, heels in, toes out at about a 45-degree angle. If you have a block, you can sit on the block. If this is really uncomfortable for you, you can sit in butterfly spot. So the whole thing we're trying to do is just to open up the hips here. So this move here, we're going to bring the hands to heart center if we can, but you can also have your hands down on the ground to help you with balance. Press those thighs away from one another. Maybe sway a little from side to side. But yeah, if you find it's hard to get your bottom down, then just sit down on the ground and do butterfly pose. This move is called Key to Longevity, doing this here. It's good to be able to get small. So if this is something that you find challenging, maybe try doing this throughout the day. If you have like a coffee table or something, you could put your hands on it and just try going down, and little by little, or you're sitting on more things. Eventually your hips will open up. Like, that is one thing that we can improve as we age, is our flexibility. It's the one thing, you know, sometimes we might not get faster at running or do something, but everyone can increase their flexibility. We just maybe have to work at it a little harder than when you were a little kid and it just kind of came naturally. And then we're going to come out of this, so bring your hands behind you, sit the bottom down. Bring the feet in front of you, pulling the knees into the chest. Lift the toes up, slide the hands under the soles of the feet for seated gorilla, and we're slowly going to slide those heels out. Straighten the legs as much as you can. And bend forward. You can use the palms of your hands, bend your elbows to straighten those legs a little bit more. Bring the nose towards the knee here. Feel an opening in the lower part of your back here. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. And slowly come on up. take that right foot and bring it to the outside of the left leg. The right hand is going to come behind you. The left arm's bent and your elbow is going to come to the outside of the right leg. Gaze over the right shoulder, little supine twist here. Twists are really good for us. They help massage our internal organs. Also, we're doing a lot of right-left on opposite sides, and that's good for the brain. We're going to come back to center, straighten both legs. Now let's take that left leg to the outside of the right knee. Bring that left arm behind you. Right elbow is bent. Right arm hooks to the outside of the left leg. Gaze over that left shoulder. And then come back to center. We're all going to come onto our backs. Lay on your back. Another twist here. So straighten out the right leg and pull the left knee in towards your chest. Fingers are interlaced and they're below that left knee. Now take the right arm out into a T. Left arm out into a T, right hand comes to the outside of the left leg. We're going to roll onto the right hip. That left leg can stay bent or straightened. Now the move for energy medicine, if you want to try it, is to see if you can take that right hand and grab behind the left knee. Gaze over the left shoulder. This little point behind our knee is a point known as achievers of the impossible. So if there's something maybe you've been trying to achieve that seems impossible, I want you now to imagine it being a possibility. And then let's roll onto our back. Pull that left knee into the chest. Left hand grabbing underneath the left knee. Pull the right knee into the chest. Right hand underneath the right knee. We're going to release the left leg. Interlace your fingers. They're both underneath that right knee. And then drop the right hand out to the side. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, roll onto the left hip, and bring that right leg all the way over to the left side. Maybe that leg is bent, maybe it's straightened, looking to the left side. And again, you can try bringing your hand behind the knee to that achievers of the impossible point. And slowly roll back onto your back. Pull those knees into the chest, then lift the nose towards the knees, making yourself as small as you possibly can. This is the only time I ever tell people to make themselves small, is just rolling into, we're massaging our internal organs here. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale through the mouth, release the legs into that Shavasana pose. So heels in, toes out. Now I want you to take your hands and rub them together. Rub them together to create some heat until you feel warmth in the palm of your hands. And then you're going to take those hands and you're going to cup them over your eyes. Heels of the hands over the cheekbones, palms of the hands over the eyes, fingertips in the hairline. Take one more cleansing breath here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Relax your feet, relax your ankles, relax your legs, relax your hips, relax your lower back, Relax your abdomen. Relax your mid-back. Relax your chest. Relax your upper back. Relax your shoulders, your arms. Relax your wrists. Relax your hands. Relax your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head. Relax your forehead and the rest of your face, feeling your entire body come into a complete state of relaxation. You can keep your hands over your eyes, or you can bring them into any hand position that feels most comfortable for you for final Shavasana. Slowly come back to your breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. Start to wiggle your fingers and start to wiggle your toes. Inhale, bring the arms high overhead behind you. Bring the legs together. Point the toes. Stretch your arms out, creating as much distance between the fingertips and your toes as possible. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, pointing them towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, roll on over to one side or the other, coming into fetal position, letting your head just rest in the crook of your arm. You can keep those eyes closed. And slowly press yourself up into a comfortable, easy seat. Bring your hands anywhere that feels comfortable for you, heart center, prayer position, whatever feels good. Roll the shoulders back, close the eyes, and feel your sits bones press into the mat. We're going to seal in this practice today with one final Om. We'll do the cleansing breath first. Deep inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. Inhale to Om. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, your seat of intuition. The light within me sees and honors the light within all of you. Namaste.